I got a 9 on a 20.
Oh, are we rolling the d20 again? Or are we just going down in order like last week?
Oh, I mean, if we want to just do that instead.
I don't
Did we
know.
do that last week?
Yeah, we didn't roll. He just kind of went down and...
Oh.
Oh no, we didn't roll the d100. That's what it was.
We rolled the d20, but on this list, that's part of the roll. Like it's separated into segments.
Okay.
I can just pick out of like the 5 questions it gives me for that number.
Oh.
Neat.
Nifty. I got a 5.
All right. So 1 5. What else? Sorry,
I got 9.
5 9.
8.
Woo!
Rolling hot tonight.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like the beginning of a song. I don't know why.
At least these are just the warm-up question rolls. So it's fine.
Just get him out the system. Just get him out the system.
Exactly. Have to warm up the dice first.
Exactly. All right. Well,
I'm pretty sure that's not how math works, but I also am pretty sure that is how math works.
This is 100% how this works.
I have seen videos of Will Wheaton breaking every law we've come up with this mathematical shit. So I'm as on the fence as I'm gonna be.
That's also true. This is true.
Okay. First one was a 9.
I guess that was the highest roll.
Okay, so this will be a fun one. I think it'll help, start fleshing out a bit of your character. V, what memory does your character want to forget the most?
To forget the most?
Yes.
I think this is another situation of I have an answer and you probably know the answer and I can message you the answer, but I think I'll leave that
Make it.
now.
You can say yes or no, or you can make it as vague as you want.
Oh yes.
Like this is the out of game kind of character question. You could answer and just leave them even more befuddled.
They sure do have a memory they want to forget.
Here, I'll put it this way. You want to know how I got these scars?
I was about to say, like, oh, are you about to confess that you slept with someone who looks uncomfortably a lot like Roya, and you're not sure if it was her or maybe your sister?
Oh wait, what?
Wait, you're saying they're not twins? No, I'm kidding. I mean, there's probably a decent amount of memories that he would want to forget, and some of them are more the embarrassing type, and some of them are, definitely one of them, I guess.
One's just a bad hangover. One's just like, it was a shit hand of poker.
There's actually a hangover that he's still recovering from to this day. No, I'm kidding.
That fits every criteria I can think of for that memory, if you think about it.
Actually, kind of. That does. I get that. I think that's kind of the situation. Stuff he's probably embarrassed of, like how he did things, and then there's, some trauma. I'll message you the specific one, but I think you probably already know. You can go to the next person when you're ready.
Alright, the next was 8.
Yep.
What does your character believe the meaning of life is?
Ooh. Well, I suppose to fit the status quo, Fit in. Don't bother people. Be humble. And do the right thing, I suppose. Simple way to put it. Don't stand out, I guess.
Wow.
Oh.
That is
Be a conformist to the extreme.
Mm-hmm.
that would be it.
Wow.
That's kind of sad. That's probably what V would say. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. That's a good question. I like it. I've never thought of that before. Yeah, that's my answer.
Alrighty. And lastly,
Me with a 5.
oh, this is probably, it's either going to be very complicated or very not. Has your character ever been in love?
Oh.
Yeah, Roya. No, I'm kidding.
No.
And there you go. See?
Yep.
She's waiting for it to happen. It could be
What?
anyone.
Waiting for love in all the wrong places. Maybe not waiting. That I don't think is.
I don't think waiting is the right word for it.
I won't lie. If these were like the questions you were given, like, or fortunes you were given from like fortune cookies, I know for a fact that you know who would laugh if he saw yours.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Oh.
And my answer would still be no.
Then again, I think his was probably somewhere in the lines of, are you ever going to get your act together?
And you know what? Same answer. No. I'm just kidding. What are you talking about? My act is always together.
Yeah. Uh-huh. We'll go with that.
Obviously.
Obviously.
All right.
Ever-
and we continue.
Never had her act not together, ever.
Exactly.
Exactly, and obviously, and no need to look any further in. So, as we join our individuals, I'm going to say heroes anytime soon, but can't really say like villains or anything. So,
Yeah, I mean,
these random grouping of individuals.
assholes.
I mean, that's like one of you only,
Hey, no, we
and
have
like
virtue
an
here.
insult to someone else, and then there's also virtue.
Yeah, no, I guess. Would idiots? Idiots? Idiots.
No, because I'm here.
Yeah, that's why I said idiots. Plural.
Oh, you invert. Yeah, you know what? That's fair.
Sure.
And you guys took a small job that, as was told to you, was just the squaring out of a small infestation. Didn't say what, which isn't entirely weird because sometimes they don't know what it is. But they usually have a good idea being in the land for so long. You were told by the little dwarf that was manning this thing, it's probably going to be some kobolds or these little bat little things that just, hang out in trees and just mess with the crops and whatnot, or it could be something else, but likely nothing major. You are given directions and who to look for. And you all made your way from that tavern, bit of a jaunt, out of town, just to the northwest, toward the agricultural part of this settlement, where you came across a lone stone structure next to a giant kind of like almost like a man-made stone cave, like a barn. And when inside, you met a very large individual who was literally the opposite of what you were told to look for.
Yeah, pretty much.
But in interacting with them, you were able to find who you were told to look for. Scribe, little gnome man, we were told was a bit so that damn. But yeah, no, you found him, and he told you that he indeed had hired people, or had asked for help. That you seemed to be it. And he enthusiastically asked you to follow him as he raced off to the back of his home toward the back fields, where you saw him make a, I'm not even sure what we call it, a dive bomb entrance through what looks to be the doggy door of that stone door. And you followed. Bit ways down after getting which you later learned was the wife of this individual to essentially one hand. These are stone slab doors that you just, with a breeze, just slams one side to the other. And you followed. And eventually you found what looked to be like an isolated, not entirely, but very clearly marked off area. And the ground itself seemed to be dug up. Very much something was happened to the land and whatever it contained here. That's where we left off, I believe, with the old gnome screaming, talking at you all. They stole my bridges! They did it! It's all gone! What do y'all do?
So he was leading us out again.
Tackle.
Yeah, no, he was leading you guys off, and you saw like this is like a pretty ways away, almost like a mile from the actual stone house. You passed a few different fields, and you saw like it was divided up to different kinds of vegetables, different agricultural spots, and this was like a mini fenced off area. I think went by was roughly around 20 by 20 foot square that was fenced off, like a little picket fence, but instead of being, nice and light, it's just essentially a bunch of stakes in the ground, roughly like 8 feet tall. And everything inside here looks like it's been dug up recently.
Yeah, this looks pretty shitty. Any clues on who would have done this?
First thing he does is points the finger way to the west. You want about 2 miles that way to get the shitter. Here, they stole him! They dug him up! You can see the trail! And he just points to like the other corner, and there is a very visible, it looks like, I don't know if it was just kicked up dirt, but it seems to be a very loose trail of moved and disturbed earth, leading away that's slowly becoming less and less.
Underground, maybe? Interesting.
I mean, if anyone wants to actually investigate,
yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
I'll try investigating as well. That's just the player's assumption based off the description, but I will also roll investigation.
We can all investigate.
Fully wrong.
All right, everybody can roll their own individuals. If someone wants to grab give someone else advantage.
I will 100% give someone advantage because
we don't got no int-based people, do we?
Well,
just
gosh,
also to clarify.
That one.
Oh,
okay. I should have told you this before you guys. Virtue, I'm sorry, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh,
I can't ignore 2 nat ones in a row.
Oh, did you give the advantage to her? Damn,
I mean,
that's,
I didn't know who I was just gonna give the advantage of.
Oh
I
my
think
gosh.
I would probably try and see Virtue
Yes,
falling
using
and try
advantage.
to help.
I got 2 nat ones in a row.
What would you say,
It's
Okay,
Crystal?
not-
dex
it
saving
happens.
throw.
Deck save.
I can't believe that. Okay, 15. That's what I got.
That is impressive because as you fall and think, oh, you're about to eat shit, you immediately catch yourself on one of these holes. And you notice it looked a little disturbing seeing how some of them looked a bit odd. This one, you almost fall in, was deceptively deep. Like, you could probably jump in and maybe like your head would be sticking out.
So it does seem like it goes underground.
But you catch yourself halfway through and, you know, you get a little dust on your new duds. But they still look good. They still look good. Until you notice that there's a small prickling in your hand. And you are down 1 hit point. And you see the blood shining in a bit of a light. And you see that there's a small spike of some sort sticking out that has your blood on it.
Oh boy.
What do you do? Oh, and what was that last investigation for?
So-
if anyone else took one?
Well, I was asking Crystal what she was trying to say because I didn't hear her.
I believe she was giving her advantage to someone if they wanted it, because I don't think she wanted to do roll for herself.
Yeah, no.
Okay, and I believe it was Mercy who took that, rolling those 2 natural ones, which got her in this unfortunate little situation. But she saved herself with that good deck save. That was a good one.
But
You are free to make an intelligence or investigation check if you wish.
Okay. Roya, did you want to give the advantage to Virtue?
Sure, I think
That
I'd
was the
probably
plan.
try
Okay.
and see her fall, and then I would try to help
Oh
her
shoot. I
and end up
Help her
pushing
with
her
that?
in the hole.
Okay. Oh, that's actually not too bad. That's an 18.
I'm sorry. Alright, let's go.
Oh, no, it's good. All right, that was a good one. So with that, you're able to see that whatever this was, there's no discernible indents or indents of whatever this was. They likely dug whatever this was up and around. You've seen this before. Like if you don't want to disturb whatever it is you're taking out of this, you dig not just around it but underneath it and just drag it up all at once in just big clumps of dirt, almost compacting it if you're trying to keep whatever's in there. Otherwise, you'd shake the dirt loose later as you drag it away.
Okay. So it
So
was
whatever it is they were taking from here was dug out entirely.
yeah, like roots, everything. It wasn't just stealing the fruit or the vegetables. It was stealing the entire plant.
Whatever this was, they dug it out like full on stem, as you said. And you can see like the little trails of dust away. So they either didn't compact it or put it into something else, or they just lost a bit of the dirt on the way. But it seems to be slowly giving you a path, whether it leads or whether it's just going to die out halfway through. You know,
Okay. That could give us some direction.
possibly. Virtue.
You
You're
good?
like I said, you caught yourself halfway through the pole fall. You're kind of like still there. You're gonna push yourself off, let yourself fall. What you gonna do?
I don't think I want to let myself fall.
It's understandable.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see, what can I do? I mean, if I'm gonna fall, I'll fall on my hands and not like on my face.
Yeah, no, because you caught yourself with your hand before falling in the actual hole, and in doing so, you pricked yourself on something, like by the side of the edge of the hole. And you notice there's something sticking out that has a very sharp point.
Mm-hmm. What is it? Is it just like a spike or like a punji stick or something?
You're welcome to try and see what it is. After, I'm assuming you're like putting yourself away from the hole's entrance or something.
Yes.
Awesome. So you go and try and dig this thing up. You notice that this is a small, relatively speaking, not entirely sure, possible. It's covered in dirt. It's about 8 inches and it is filled with little geometric designs. It seems to be a sort of crystal.
Huh.
A bit jagged, and the tip of it is currently stained red with your blood.
Right. Okay. That's a crystal. Interesting. So for my investigation, that was a whopping 5.
Yeah, no, the only one of
I'm
you were
gonna
able to get a
switch
little
to my
information
Kimmy
out of it.
D20.
Yeah, no,
See
those
if
come in
that
clutch
helps.
sometimes. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, if the investigation's just on the crystal.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
crystal.
sure it
It's
means
pointy.
nothing to me. It's just like, shiny
Got
rock.
some pointy ends. It's a little covered in dirt. You still gotta cover it up, but yeah, it's a
And
little
blood.
shiny when you hit the light in the not dirt covered parts.
Mhm.
Totally probably not important to anything you're doing.
You got a
Yeah,
rock.
probably not. Not at all.
So,
Hey, it's a rock. Fantastic.
kind of turning to the gnome here, what did you say you were farming here exactly?
My precious, they took them all. Took the whole thing.
And your precious, what were they exactly?
And you see him squinting at your face for a bit. You're like, oh, what were they? Oh, shit, I didn't tell you guys.
Didn't share.
No. He just points at you like almost accusing you. They were better. And he gives you this giant... It's a weird kind of toothy smile because there are several missing and there are others that are like... There is a gold and a silver tooth in the side, but there is also like a solid red on the left with like underneath. Like this guy's got his teeth have been made of odd things, and it's odd because the smile isn't deformed or crude or anything. It's perfect, but you can tell some of those teeth are not original.
Like a red tooth, as in a material that's red, or is it like
material
just
that is
blood?
like red?
Okay,
red,
okay.
which
Really
is
red.
it's a little odd because you can't really tell like at a quick glance what it is. Like you know what the others probably are or imitations of.
It's like Lego plastic color red.
No, it's actually like red grape. Odd.
Great, interesting. I steal his teeth. No, I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, you can roll for that. That's a sleight of hand and a stealth check. You can certainly try.
Would he have advantage on biting me if I put my hand in his mouth? No.
That
no,
depends on how you distract him. That is up to you. That is your game plan for whatever reason.
I am kidding on that, at least for now. No, I'm kidding on that. Okay. Better than plants.
They're better than plants, my precious. We can do so many things if I had them finished. They took them, and I need them back. Think they're gonna eat them.
Eat them. Okay.
Here's the thing. Now, look. Seeing what happens when they eat them. They get bigger. They get meaner. They get dumber. But then they get smarter. And that's when it happens. You need to get them back.
I like this.
You need to get them back. Are they going to help you? Are you going to help him? He's pointing at Virtue, and then he points to Roya. Are you going to help? Are you going to leave?
I mean,
Who are you people again?
how much are you paying for help?
Yes. There is the matter of compensation to be discussed before we leave.
find me, and he just walks over to each of the holes from 7, 3, 6, 8. Find me as many as you can come back and bring in here. And for everyone that you give me, what do you want to be paid in? I have to ask this beforehand. He likes the others. I have to be specific. They said I have to be specific. Do you care if you're paid in rice or gold or stones or animals or knives?
Gold or maybe
What kind of
stones. Oh, knives. Knives could also be nice. Like magic knives, or are they just like a whole bunch of knives?
You get a whole knife set, like from the as seen on TV ads.
And he just unfurls. You know that like weird, that shady guy selling watches at the mall, just trenched overcoat kind of thing? He does that with like the flaps of his overcoat, which is not a cloak at all. He just takes that. It looks like a half-made little like flipper guide, but they're just different knives on the left side, and he just flips the other side, and then it just looks, oh no, those are tools. And the other side is just nothing but farming tools. Small for his size, and the other side is just knives, but also for his size.
So they're not like necessarily super practical for like standard-sized, non-small people.
I mean, you can ask, or you can look. Like they look like they'd be like your basic. They look like they were made for his grasp, but you don't know if these are the only ones he's got. These are just the ones he's shown you.
Are these nice knives, or are they like regular?
Yeah, no. The side on the left that he's showing, all of them look like the pristine show models. The ones on the left are the very much like used, like for everyday work. And there are a few other, like I said, knives, farm tools, and etc. in there. And it's a weird thing because as soon as he lets his hands down, the thing just flaps and there's no noise. And like this, like little cape thing collapses behind him. So it's a little weird that there's no noise or some clinking or something.
Interesting. With all the metal in there. I mean, the knives are tempting, but I feel like gold's going to be more practical. I'm saying let's turn to the other two party members.
True.
I can also make you a cloak. I have some spare leathers. I'll tell you what. I'll loan you the cloak while you're there and working, because I need you to get them back for me. As many as you can find before they eat them. And he just starts running back to... Yeah, he's already left. He ran back to his house.
Wait, do you know what's out? There he goes.
Gone. What are y'all doing?
I'm just imagining that, like, Mike Wazowski, a cloak, you say? Mean. Should we follow? I think he's probably going to come rushing out here any instant.
Let's just give it a couple minutes.
You'll be there for 2 minutes before you see him running back. He can't see where he's going because there's a bundle of, you're not entirely sure what kind of cloth in front of his face. And yet, despite every obstacle that's there around him, he has not fallen and or tripped in any way.
Isn't he also blind and deaf?
Yep.
He's deaf.
Okay, not blind.
He's blind in one eye.
Because
he does not. Yeah.
So he's fine.
As far as you know.
For the most part, at least. Doesn't have any problem hearing us at the moment, at least, though. Maybe he's just really good at reading lips.
I know, but he comes back and he looks around. Where are you? He's saying this with the bundle of stuff in front of his face. He's just looking around, essentially exactly where he was standing last time. And he's just looking around.
Wave him over, but I don't know if he's going to see me if he's got a whole bunch of stuff in front of his face.
He doesn't seem to react.
Is he nearby, or... I'm just going to poke him.
No, he's exactly where you were before you left. Alright, you poke him where?
Shoulder.
He drops that stuff immediately, and there's now 2 blades and a left-looking harvesting cup at the ready in his hands.
Just kind
And
of
he's squinting at you very closely with like one eye.
wave, and it's like, just us, just us.
Something poked me. Keep your guard up. There might be back.
Just kind of
And
give a
Good to know.
Just 10 seconds of like that slow turning around that you see in horror movies when they're trying to figure out if someone's trying to sneak up behind them.
squinty eyes.
You know, squinty one eye, and he just does that full 180 turn quickly, and then quickly back, and then once more, and then he puts it all away and says, "Okay, they're gone." And he picks up, and these look like very ragged kind of cloaks. Like this is the stuff that was patchwork knitted together. There's like a solid single piece that has just been either by design because it was damaged or because this is just how they wanted it to look. Patchwork kind of cloak. One is just seems to be a kind of scarf, and the other one is just a straight up little overcoat.
Do these seem magical at all, or are these just?
You can, if you have a way to check for that, you can certainly go ahead and try it.
I mean, I can roll Arcana. So I've got a slightly higher than average on that. Should I do that?
If you want to try for that, yeah, go for it. But
go for
just from the visual, they look like some patchwork clothes. You'd get it like a very bad thrift store.
It's actually way better than I thought it would be. That's a 21.
Oh yeah, no, these like was this just a straight Arcana?
Yep.
All right.
What's a +3?
Now, yeah,
With
at a
also-
first glance,
Yeah.
you're thinking that's an oddity until you notice some of the folds as he's moving around kind of flip open, and it's oddly, it's mirroring light like around it. And you've heard of that before, as whenever you open up a bag of holding and you put your hand in there, you notice that light will actually bounce off that immediately. Like it was almost like a mirror or something. It catches it.
Interesting.
And that's when you've heard that there are some people who, when they can't do like an entire like the perfected bag of holding or like the sacks and stuff, there are people who make like mini pockets. Or some people make like satchels, smaller stuff. Not like so much of a big space, but just a bunch of small ones. And you notice that each of these have that. Now, what the exact parameters are, or how much they could fit, something you'll probably have to figure out either by someone who knows a bit more about how they were made, or someone who can use magic to figure it out. But you know these aren't new.
All right. What do you guys think? What do you two think? These seem like some pretty special plants to you.
Not plants! They're better!
Oh, no. I
Do
just...
you know what stole them?
I mean, we're going through all this trouble. Do you not even know?
Because I didn't see it. I just
Clearly.
know it happened.
Did your, kind of pointing back over towards the house, wife see it?
Didn't ask. I'm gonna go ask. And he runs off again.
Maybe just
Oh, there
bring
he goes.
her out here and
Nope,
he's gone.
there he goes.
Gone.
He's gone.
And there he goes.
But you guys are alone with those 3 items that you are free to, well, whatever you want. If anything at all.
You said it was 2 cloaks and a scarf?
1 cloak, 1 scarf, 1 little overcoat.
Okay.
Hmm.
Dibs on the scarf, by the way.
You know what? I wanted the scarf.
Too bad. I already called dibs.
So why are those items down here? The vermin bring them down?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
I think he wanted to
Okay.
pay them with us. I think we could probably get this and like some
Oh,
gold, maybe a couple
he
knives.
offered
Where?
to let you guys borrow them for the, little mission of there and back.
Oh, yeah.
He did hint if this is something that you wanted for payment, but he also was hinting that he had different forms because he has to now officially offer different forms. So people didn't like getting paid in rice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
rice
fair.
isn't necessarily going to do us too much good.
No. Also, I
It's
still want
like-
a cloak. I think
Yeah.
the cloak would be better for you. It's
I mean,
your
I think
style.
he was offering them to all of us. I still want the scarf though. Actually, what's the color?
It just looks patchwork, and this is going off of this was probably once a navy blue, but it's seen some age for the scarf.
It is
Next one is
my
a
color. Sorry.
it's an
Sorry.
sorry, I was the overcoat looks just like a patchwork, like a normal trench coat, but it's been just slightly. It's old. It's worn. This very much looked like someone went to the lost and found and just picked up 3 random items from after a very heavy kind of storm,
Mhm.
and this is just stuff people left in here.
All right. But
And the
probably he's modified. It looks like.
Him or someone else, we don't. He's got them, and he's offering them.
I do still kind of like the scarf. Do you have something to offer me that I might? No, I'm off. I'm asking.
Oh right, no, you guys are talking about it. Sorry, I thought
We're
you were
talking
trying to
about it
talk to him.
ourselves.
He's not
Yes.
We're
gone.
arguing this
Who
right
gets-
now.
He's
Look at
gone. Man. I'm so sad. There's no rogue here to try and steal him.
I mean, I feel like. I mean,
What stops you
could
from
just-
burying any of this stuff and just saying something took it?
I mean, we could just
Not.
take it, but I feel like he would see through that. Then again, he is kind of, and he just kind of
I don't think he can see
points
through
at his head and
anything.
kind of spins his hand. Kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Kind of is putting it lightly.
Let me roll for it. Yeah, I'm gonna just nab him. I'm all 3 of them. I think he's got a bag or something that he's just gonna stuff these into while he's not here. And I'll just kind of whisper to the other 2.
There
We
you
can
go.
sort that. Who gets what later.
I mean, I don't think we need to necessarily just steal them. He offered us to borrow these. We just don't have to return them.
Yeah, I mean, we just don't return them. But if he doesn't know, we'll see if he just even remembers when he gets back out here. And if he does, I'll just say, "Oh yeah, we just took them because he was already offering them."
By stuffing them in your bag. Okay.
I
There's
mean,
no
it's
way this
not
might go
wrong.
wrong.
It's not wrong.
Are there any tracks? I see.
You can, if you're checking the area, Richard.
Yeah, I'd like to see if there are any animal tracks.
Your choice of investigation or perception, depending on if you're going for a quick visual or if you're trying to move around and if you look physically.
I suppose investigation, trying to move around. That's about. Let's see. Hey, now that's better. That's a 13 plus 3, so 16 total. Already my Kimmy
Hey.
D20 is doing better.
Yeah. They come through. Now, you do notice there is a small, from the dirt that was upset, there seems to be a small trail that's very noticeable at first, but it slowly starts to ebb away. This is leading further down to the west. And you can see that it seems to be, it goes pretty clear that way before you see the fence that marks off the end of the property. And past that, you don't really see much of anything. It just goes off to horizon, so it either flattens off perfectly, or it likely goes down and you just don't see what's. And it likely does that for a
Okay.
good bit, because past that, very furthest as far as you can see, eventually you're going to hit ocean. But that's not for a good few miles.
Okay. Well, then I want to let the group know that they're There are tracks that I would like to pursue them.
And you're letting everyone else know about the tracks?
It would be Virtue actually doing the job and Roya and V arguing about the reward.
I mean, V already saw like the trail of like destruction. I assume like checking over that does the tracks and the trail of kind of the burrowing kind of lead in the same direction, or are they different directions? My mic on? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, no, sorry, I had to do a quick thing. We'll just check the
Yeah,
message.
you're good. You're good.
Okay. Could you repeat that last part? Sorry, I got distracted.
I just wanted to check whether the tracks that Royus or Virtue spotted, are they leading in the same direction as the what was it? The trail of like burrowing that V saw?
That is the trail that she saw and see when she investigated and noticed. That wasn't necessarily, that didn't look like a burrowing trail, that looked like something was carrying something and dirt just fell on the ground.
Okay. Oh,
as far as you've noticed, none of these holes go any further than about 5 feet deep, or side tunnel or anything.
So it's the trail of dirt. So we saw the same thing.
As far as you know. You essentially saw the same thing. You pointed out to her, she went to investigate if it led on further and kept a consistent trail, and it looks like it does all the way to the property line, about a ways down southwest. So you've got a possible lead trail to follow.
Yeah.
And at this point, you hear running back. The gnome now returns, and he's wearing... Well, he's wearing another scarf. Not entirely sure why, because it covers up half his face.
Interesting.
Alright, he goes up and goes, okay, I asked. She said no. Said some other things. And I may have to be busy later. But no. Do you have... Alright.
Yeah.
What the hell are you guys doing here again?
Investigate? Do you not remember?
Investigating?
No, I shouldn't be
Are
surprised.
you taking the job? No, he just goes like, are you taking the job? Just like that pointing finger that's just like a little bit off to the left of pointing at all of you. Just switching a little bit.
I think that's the plan. I think we were trying to negotiate payment. I think you said something pretty high, I think is what you were saying.
And then out of nowhere, because you saw the finger he was pointing, trying to point at you guys, and he was off about 3 inches to the left. The scarf itself, this is a much nicer one, by the way, kind of lifts up and gently, and the end of the scarf almost knits up like a hand and just moves his finger to point at you guys specifically. It's yes, we were. Ha!
Seeing eye scarf?
I mean, you can certainly ask, guess, or investigate. And then he says, right. Bring them all back and you get everything. Bring only a few back and you don't get everything. So that no matter what, bring me the heads. Need to know what did it. Say what you can.
All right.
Sure.
Save what you can. The more you get. You said you wanted gold? No, rice? No stones? No.
Gold.
Knives?
It was gold. You were right the first time.
Oh.
100% gold.
Yes.
Gold! Points to two of you. And what's the third one? You! What did you want? Not you! Her!
Gold is good.
I thought you
Gold,
said rice. No, gold.
You're rice now.
No, gold.
You're gold now.
Okay, everybody's gold?
Rice and
Or-
gold.
Everyone gold.
Everyone
gold.
If you have some gold rice,
All
that
gold.
would
Rice
no
and gold. Rice. No rice.
No
Gold,
rice, all
right?
gold.
No. All gold.
Substitute the gold for rice. No gold, no rice, extra gold.
Substitute the gold for only gold, but
Only
you want
gold.
it rice.
Only gold.
You want
no
the
rice.
gold, but in rice. But and he's trying to do the math in his head. You think
Gold can buy many bowls of rice.
he
If I asked your
want
wife, would she be able
all
to tell
the
us
gold
how much?
you want in rice? That's gonna be a lot of rice gold.
I think gold will work. I
Yeah,
if
you
got-
probably- he's there and he's still thinking. He's stopped communicating at this point. It's not his hand doing like the chin thing, it's his scarf doing it. Anyone can roll an Arcana if they want, or to just enjoy the show. But you're probably thinking, maybe straight answers are the best way with this guy, unless you want to just
Yeah.
mess with him. Messing with him would be fun, but
kind of like
maybe
messing
not
with
if
Yeah,
he's
Roy was kind of
gonna
enjoying
pay
messing
you.
with him a bit.
I mean, that's true, but he's also the one who's going to pay you in the end.
True.
I kind of lean over
This-
to Roya.
Is all the gold you wanted, and I paid all the rice with.
I kind of lean over to Roya.
What is the 100 gold you wanted in rice?
Can we get
It's
the
a lot,
100
it's
gold
like-
in gold?
See, here's the thing. No one said that. They kept saying they wanted it in rice.
No, I'm pretty sure I
You
said
did.
in
Gold.
gold.
Gold. You should just stop bringing up
No.
rice.
See, this is why you have to gotta be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
Be clear, consistent, and make sure the guy you're talking to is not probably all there. But mainly just the clear and consistent thing.
I just lean over to Roya. We never negotiated a firm amount per thing we bring back. I mean, not that we even know what we're bringing back, but
So I don't think he is capable of doing that.
that's probably true. We're probably just gonna get a weird amount
You know what?
when we get back.
Give me a second.
Oh,
Roya's
okay.
gonna try and run back to the house.
You go ahead and do that. He's still doing his scarf thing, thinking, and then just snaps out of it for a second. Got it. Every head and every one of my precious you bring back, you get gold. But you can change it for rice if you want, because people do that. People still do that, right?
Yes.
Aha!
Some people.
I was right. Why are you still here?
Roya is banging on the door. Not knocking because you
You should
remembered
do
we
a
got her
job.
last time.
Okay, do the job. Do you have the scarves? No. Yes?
Yes.
You look scrawny.
Yes, we have the scarves.
Okay. Bring them back. And use them if you want. They can't catch fire. That would be bad. I think I emptied them.
They can't catch
Don't
fire.
catch
or
them
they
on fire.
shouldn't catch fire. Okay. Don't let them catch fire. Gotcha.
Don't. Fire's bad.
Okay.
Yes, it can be quite destructive.
Well, it's
Yep. And he just seems to just slowly fade into his own thoughts. And we're gonna hop over real quickly to Roya.
certainly been a conversation. All right.
Yeah. I told you who you were talking to. I'm
No,
not sure what you were expecting.
fair.
Or the fact that you didn't immediately go to the wife.
That's why I'm heading immediately to the wife. I was like,
I mean,
you
he
know what?
immediately let us out. Yeah.
It was fun watching them struggle for a while, but now that's
Not gonna lie, if you'd let him go and then just stayed to talk to the wife, this would have been an entirely different conversation.
I'm sure. Well, this has been entertaining for sure, though, as
Oh,
well.
Oh yeah, no, you guys, you've got 3 items of you now confirmed, not normal.
It sounds like they're
And
filled with something.
I mean, he thinks he emptied it, but you know,
It might be filled with something. Some of them might have something.
I mean that's for later. Probably not going to be brought up at all. But yeah, no, you knock on this stone door, and it takes you a little bit, but you eventually do hear some steps, and then again, just that large grinding sound, and you see the wife who's looking at you. Just a little bit of there's this little bit of a. It's the beginning of a crooked smile, just
Yeah.
small mug in hand. Like,
No, Roya kind of figures that she's probably dealt with this a lot, so she's going to greet the woman in Giant again.
Ain't her first rodeo.
yeah, no. She says hello and just asks, "So how long?"
I think we managed to get through 3 minutes of conversation with him.
It's a good day.
Yeah. But just for clarification, what exactly are we hunting down and how much are we getting for this job?
Find what took them, kill that, and bring back as many of them as you can. We told you what to do. Yes?
No.
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 Did you ask?
Yes.
I mean, really ask.
Yes.
Like I'm imagining giant moles or like the rats from Princess Bride. Very nasty.
I'll take your word on that, but even then, I don't know if you really asked. And she just goes, she essentially invites you in and takes you to the upstairs.
I'd like to join
And-
Ray inside, but I don't know how long he's going to keep us out there. So
No, he's out there and he's in deep thought and he's just eventually asking, "You're still here. Interesting." And just goes back to that thinking pose. And that's at least another few minutes unless someone does something and we're not back. Unless someone wants to do something.
leave, probably.
I mean, I was following that.
You've got a
trail. I'd like to
direction.
pursue
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you've got a solid bit of direction to go to. You've also got a person who went to go talk to someone else. So,
Which is
what
fair.
do you think you're going to do?
I do not blame Roya.
Yeah.
Okay, back upstairs, and you see she was in the middle of having some tea. She does offer you a cup of, and says, "What you're after is a special type of crystal we grow. He grows. Figured out how. No one else has been used. It has very interesting. It only grows here, and I think that's because of the native village that's downriver."
And what does this crystal do?
Depending on what you do with it, many things. When we harvest them, we usually sell them immediately to the owner, and they distribute accordingly to whatever they need and helps bolster them. Depending on how big you can grow them, these crystals can be outfitted, utilized as components, raw material, or even some, depending on how small one. And you see the water that she's boiling. She's got a bit of clear, think almost like glitter, like a small pouch that she just pours into the water, and you see it just immediately dissolve as soon as it hits the hot water. And she takes a sip, and then she pours you a cup and offers it.
Yeah, sure, I'll take a sip.
Awesome. Could you roll me 2 your hit die, please?
2 of my hit die. 10 and an 8.
Love it. Cool. So your your HP just went up by that much until the next long rest.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I can see why this is sought after.
This is only one of the uses. Different reactions to different things. It's eaten, or if it's used for things. I don't think we're the only ones who know how to do this. I don't even think this is the best way to do it. It's happening close to one of their villages, and if rumors are heard right, certain warriors, certain chiefs have something similar to this, but it's more. Does more. I think we just stumbled on it by accident.
Interesting.
They don't seem to mind that we have this. For the most part, we've been using it for helping. But eventually someone's going to use it. But for now, this is what we want you to get back.
Okay. We can do that.
As many as you can. If you think you found creatures who devoured these, kill them immediately. And I need you to need to know what it was. Because we need to know, this is an isolated place, but whatever this was came for them specifically. Which means they had a nose for it, or were able to sense, or they were able to find. That's what we need to figure out how to prevent.
We will certainly do that. I know your husband mentioned something about bringing their heads.
Yes.
Sure.
He does his little trophy collection. You could swing by the outer barn, you can see it if you'd like.
Maybe when we come back.
We'd love to have you. No, as for the payment, like I said, we do very good business with these specific items with the town. So, the war won't be a problem. What will be is as much as you can. If the entire shipment is gone, that will be one harvest short, and that will be noticed.
So, how much for the return of each crystal? And how much for the heads?
The heads, I will gladly give you 50 crystals for every one you find. If they've devoured something and you killed them, I'll make it 70 gold. And whatever ridiculous thing my husband used. I believe he took out those scarves. I don't know if you've been told you how they work. They are smaller than the average satchel for holding, but they are remarkably well at hiding things. And she takes out what looks like a scarf from her dresser, and she essentially just wraps it around her own neck, and then she just starts pulling things out of it that have no business fitting in that scarf.
Huh. Interesting.
Now, I have no idea why he gave you those. I'm assuming it's to bring back the items because they are rather large and heavy in their raw form. They have to be processed when we use them. When the creatures devour them, they just chip away until they get to the center. And she goes and she brings out what looks to be about a 3 tall. You know how like they cut certain gemstones to show the inside of them?
Yes.
You essentially see a geode, that form, but she shows you like the inner core, which is roughly the size of a basketball. That is what you want. The outer is actually a crystal, still usable, but not the main part. We use that for a few other things. It actually does help us a bit. But it's the center we want. That's where the energy seems to be concentrated. These are deceptively heavy. And there are at least, on my last count, 32.
Okay. So how many
These-
for each crystal that we return?
Each one you can return to the impact. And undamaged, which will have to go on steps and evaluations. I'll give you 100 gold. The outer ring is damaged. The energy will slowly begin to leak out. Those, I'd ask you come back as quickly as possible. If they're in good enough condition, I'll grant you 80. Anything worse than that, 50 for each. You need them all accounted for. Wherever you can account. And you'll know others have been consumed because the outer shells will usually be.
Okay. She's running a couple numbers through her head. You know what? I think this will work.
Doing the math.
And, question. I know we got a scarf, but he also gave us a cloak and what looks to be like an overcoat. Do those function the same as well?
Oh my God. No, those are different. The scarf will work like this, as I told you. The cloak works more like a vanishing ink. Essentially, and she essentially just mimics, let it spin around you and imagine what you want and it will appear. The coat actually just has very, very deep inner and outer pockets.
I see.
And we usually hand those out to the workers when they're in a hurry for service.
Are these pockets deep enough to carry crystals or no?
Yes.
Okay.
They should all have plenty of room. Check them before you go, or at least after you leave, that there's nothing in there. Don't think there should be. And also, vulnerable, flammable. If something is in there and they're damaged, with most things, the items are sometimes lost. This will expel them and detonate.
Oh, that is very good to know.
Less than pleasant. It's how, well, she gestures to Scar. That is not on her face, but you saw on her husband's face.
Okay. I will relay all of this to my party and we will accept this offer.
Thank you.
Now I think it's time to save the rest of the party and start searching for these crystals.
Of course. Before you go, if you do wish to bring them back, are you well equipped for this, whatever it might be? I'm not entirely sure what took them, but it would likely be something less than unpleasant. So, as I said, we prepare for these things beforehand, and we can catch them before or during. If you do need it, we can have you outfitted.
What do you have to offer?
What are the particular specialities of your group?
There is a look of confusion on her face. Oh,
What do you do, and what are the things you do?
I can't speak for the rest of my party. But for me, I'm rather skilled with a bow.
Would you mind showing yours, or what you would use primarily?
Sure. She'll reach back and pull out her bow and extend it up to her.
Very good. This is very well made. I asked where you got this.
It was given to me.
Can I ask by who?
It was a gift from my mentor. Let's put it that way.
Your mentor was certainly how they knew how to get things. Interesting. I can have it enhanced for you if you.
Enhanced how?
It would only be temporary. Getting it done permanently would be a bit more lengthy and a bit more costly, but for this, let's say 3 days. 3 days should be enough for this, if you wish.
Sure.
By chance, is there anything you'd like this to do? Any particular type of trick? Or would you like me to suppose?
Well, I think just in general, anything that can hit better and do more damage.
May have a few things like that. Oh, this is one. I'll warn you now, I can give you one of the more useful, but in order to, if you're looking to make something like this more permanent, it would likely cost and take a bit of time. But it can be done. And she just walks you down. You guys going back downstairs, and she just takes you into a basement. And it's separated into 3 floors. One just looks like almost like a shop of sorts. Some weird kind of stuff you've never seen, like machinery and other tools. One just looks like a locked door, like big ass lock and key. And then the third one looks like maybe a storage room of some sort that she just goes in for a quick second, and before she essentially comes back out with what looks like it's a roughly coconut-sized, looks like a pulsing ruby, but it's completely silver.
Ooh.
And she goes over to one of those weird little machines. It's an odd thing because it looks like it has different vices, grips, things to be held by, and she just gently inserts your bow there. Before she does take the crystal and put it on what looks to be a sized piece inside of it. Before you see that she just starts chanting something underneath her breath, and the crystal starts glowing, and you see a few little wisps of almost grayish mercury start to slowly ebb out of the orb, and it's circling, and she's just tracing along with her own fingers along the bow. You can't really... Actually, no, make a perception if you'd like.
Okay.
Oh, and with that, you can hear she is whispering a chant in Giant. And you can slowly see that her hands, she is tracing something, and you know, with that Giant, these are runes. You can't pick out exactly what they are, but she's with her finger almost like painting them on the tubes. And you just keep hearing the word unknowable, unseen.
Oh.
Huh.
And she just finishes that off with both sides of the bows. And then the string, at the end, you hear making like the gentle, almost like if it was a harp, a pluck, and then you see the sound basically affect the bit of twilight in or the ether seems to be swirling around it, and it all just dissipates. But you can still see the faint glow of each of the runes that she carved into this bow. As she then takes it out, picks up the large pearl, and she hands it back. I think you'll like this, but it will only last you 3 nights. And she points at, looks to be like a straw dummy down at the far edge of the hall. Fire shot.
Sure. She will pull out one of her arrows and knock down the bow and fire away.
Alright. And for this one, why don't you just roll me a quick... Yeah, this would be a normal roll. I want you to roll with advantage.
An attack roll or just a d20?
This would be an attack roll. Roll it with advantage.
Uh, 25.
That'll be enough. And as soon as you pull back and you see the groans slightly run up, everything seems normal. You line up the shop as you normally would. Breathe in, out, and release. And as soon as the bow starts crossing the actual stem of the bow, it starts to slightly shimmer and vanish. And then you just hear the strike across the wall.
Oh.
And if you could roll me the damage plus d6.
You said plus a d6?
Yeah. For the next 3 days, this bow gives you advantage on attacks and an extra d6 on a successful hit.
Oh. Oh. Wow. That's a 15.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good bow. Her eyes are sparkling
is.
and there's a big smile on her face.
Oh yeah.
I may
3
have
nights.
More effective means.
take you up on the longer time to make this permanent. This is...
We can discuss that in the invocation.
It's handy.
fair.
Very handy.
Thank you. We'll work hard to get your crystals back.
Thank you.
She's gonna start to walk away so that she could try and head back to the party now.
Alright. You eventually head back. You guys have been watching this gnome just sit there and ponder the universe's greatest secrets. Or trying to remember why you're all here. You guys are sure.
So
This gnome wouldn't happen to be under any illegal substance.
I think he either forgot his medication or took too much.
You guys never wondered what farming this stuff could do to a
Does
person.
to someone? Well, we don't know what this stuff is.
You don't. You just know it does.
It sure does.
And apparently you're, well, under theory that this is just a weaker version, a newbie version. Someone else has grown something better than this.
Yeah, Broya walks back, looking much happier than when she went in.
What
So,
took you so long?
we had to negotiate the rewards, and it was just we finally got there in the end.
Well, I'm glad you figured that out. Can we get going?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, as the player, I'm kind of upset that the offer's not extended.
Oh yeah, no.
But
Yeah, no, she doesn't tell you anything about like the free enhancements
Yeah.
the wife just offered. Nah.
which could end up being very
I
handy
know,
for you
that's-
if we
hold
need to
on,
save
let
your
me see
butt,
something,
but
'cause I think at this point Roya wants this to succeed. Let me roll something real quick. Oh, that's actually. Oh no, that rolled onto a 1.
you don't have to always follow the dice.
No, but it's so much fun when you do.
That was so close to being a good roll, and then it just went poof 1.
Can I give her advantage or something?
You know what? No, Roya would help. She would come out and let them know. It also took a bit of time because she was helping me get prepared for this. And she'll pull out her bow and showcase the new runes that are now on the bow.
It's pretty sweet.
If
What'd you do to get her favor?
spoke her language, I don't know. I didn't even ask, she offered.
Literally or figuratively?
Both.
Oh, nice.
If you guys... I guess it would be best if we're all adequately equipped for this.
That would make
Since
sense. Yeah.
it may be better to have her as a good ally. Why don't you two go and talk to her? See if she has anything to offer you guys. I don't know if she speaks common.
Yeah, she has much to offer me, but we shall see, I suppose.
I guess we'll find out, yeah. Thanks for letting us know. I guess let's go. Now you get to sit outside with him for a half hour.
No, I'm following you guys just in case you need a translator.
Fine. Fine, okay. That's fair. Well, virtue, shall we?
Yes, let's go. Let us away.
Inside we go.
Another knock on the door. If the door closed again.
I mean, I'll knock, yeah.
It is, and as you guys know now, not so. Knocking is fine, just careful not to hurt your hand. And eventually you do hear the steps and the large grinding sound as the door opens.
I punch the door
Once
and break
again.
my wrist. I'm kidding.
I mean, that can happen. This is a solid slap.
Yeah. Heavy stone.
You had asked what they specialized in. I figured it might be best if they told you themselves. Do you speak common?
And you see her, like, for a second, she reaches her hand in between her cleavage and just ruffles for a second before pulling out what seems to be a crystal ornament that was around her neck. Before she just whispers something into it. Alright. And you all now hear this clearly in whatever language you guys were first taught. This is what you're currently hearing. I don't know what that is for each of you, but that is what you're now hearing first.
Oh, Elvish.
Okay.
Interesting.
I don't know whether that would be common or undercommon. I
Elvish.
guess probably undercommon.
Huh.
And that's what you're hearing her speak.
That's nifty. Sure, that comes in handy.
Mhm. Pocket translator.
Why would you? I mean, don't get me wrong. Live your best life, but why was that the most convenient place to keep it? Kind of pointing to her cleavage.
Absolutely.
Yeah, who would
Low
dare touch that?
Absolutely it is.
And
Michael.
a few brave enough
Safest
to
place
try.
there is.
Hey, this is V asking.
Fourth wall break.
Okay, V. Sorry.
Hey,
I like how
do
all the
not
girls
get
are
me
like,
wrong.
yeah,
Trying to remember his name.
obviously.
do not get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. Live your best life. I just figured I'd ask. I do not have. And he just references his chest. I do not have the experience personally. I mean, I've got experience with them, but not in that sort of capacity.
As safe as I needed to be. And also your interactions with my husband. Well, and you see her giving just the biggest shit-eating grin. The
Yeah,
empty
he's,
element is never disappointing.
Oh, I'm sure. He's
I'm
quite the
liking this
character.
one more and more.
Indeed. A fun fellow.
Oh. I wish you could see him more. Perhaps later.
Is he,
What?
Yeah, no, I do think I wouldn't mind hearing, again, perhaps once the job's over, how the two of you worked out. How this whole situation came to be.
And it only happens for a split second, but there's just this warm smile as she just starts looking out into that weird little 1,000-yard stare. And that really gentle and nice smile suddenly turns into a vicious and toothy grin. Or she just snaps out of it for a second.
Ooh.
Okay.
A tale
Oh.
for another day.
We got evil spirits. We have to
Yeah.
exercise as the demons.
Why do you need to exercise with demons?
They are the
Now we
best
gotta
spotters.
exorcise.
They're the best.
Exactly.
exercise
They're the
partners.
best spotters. They tell you never give up. You're going out.
They make great fitness coaches.
Exactly. Like if you give up,
Oh,
if you don't reach that
goodness.
goal, it's hell. It's immediately hell.
It's immediately hell. They know it well.
Yay!
Ah. Anyways,
But yeah, they're specialties.
Yes. What are your specialities?
I mean, did you want to go first, Virtue, or?
Well, not much at the moment. Thinking back to all those dreadful roles I had in the arena. Mm. But I am learning. Well, I am learning to improve, hopefully, in magic.
Can give you something to help. Does your magic come to you innately? Do you focus it in a specific item? Do you use specific resources?
The explanation is for a warlock. I made a. Let's see. I made a pact. So yes.
But when this is just for you, because you can flip this however you
My
want. When you
power
cast your
comes from an
spells,
agreement between.
which gives you like either the knowledge or the power itself. But how you choose to channel that's up to you. This could just be it just happens when you will it. You could be holding like a cross or a symbol, or you just be reading out of a book and it happens. Or you could just be taking out random components like a wizard does. Or you could be cool like the sorcerer and just say it happens.
It just
Well,
works.
there.
Sorry.
Yes.
Look, My ancestor gambled and won with this dragon, and now my family just breathes fire.
Yep, those are my favorite.
Hmm. I learned these abilities from someone, and so I can practice them and just on my own. I don't necessarily cast anything special.
How about something that will, I think something that can improve you. I'm trying to think. And she does lead you all back downstairs into a little rookery. There's still that very obviously chained up and walled off area. There's the little place where it's a sad thing that your little friend isn't here because he probably would have really liked this place. But there are a bunch of gadgets and artifacts, or artifacts, they're artifacts just laying on the floor, just stepping over them for no reason.
Artifact level items.
Yeah, you're just stepping on them, like just waste of time. This stuff, no imagination whoever made this shit.
Do you see anything interesting? Like, probably all of it's cursed. Come to think of it.
Who knows?
It's a treasure
Like a
trove
50-50.
thing.
I mean, you know what the sword of cost looks like, right? Because it's blinking at you from across the wall.
There's no like disembodied hands, are there? Are there?
I mean, you don't know what's in that chained up room. We don't know if that's where the good stuff is or the bad stuff is or the good ones.
Yeah. No, V learned early to not mess with people in their chained up rooms. Sorry.
But yeah, no, she does go back and she's rifling through a few of the old boxes in the storeroom, and she comes back and hands you this small palm-sized opal. She hands this to you and says, "Keep this on you when you feel you need assistance."
Ooh.
And I can't remember what this is called. I need to find it on D&D Beyond, or if you want, you can just write it down to help. It's essentially can't find the item now, but
is it an iron stone?
Better. So this will, and this has no timer, which is just giving you this very interesting artifact. Well, no, I keep saying artifact. It's an item. And it gives you +1 to all saving throws and ability checks.
Ooh.
It's now popped up +1. And if you were to choose to use it as a spell casting focus, so every time you try to do a spell but have this, you're trying to channel that power, it will give you a +2 to the roll for hit or the DC.
Ooh. Wow, this is like a nice item.
It's a nice one, yes.
It is. If you choose, you can actually like sew this into a glove so you've got it on you like at all times ready to go, or you can just have this as a free stone whenever you pull it out whenever you want.
Put it on a necklace, put on a ring. I guess
a necklace, ring. You can Iron Man this in one of your gloves if you want.
Eat it? I don't know. Probably not a good idea.
I guess what should I search to find this item then?
You can just write it down. Because you can find out, because I know there's a stone that gives you +1 to all your saving throws and stuff. That's I think it's a
Luckstone, I believe.
Lux, there. Thank you. That.
I think it's ability checks. I don't know if it's saving throws as well.
Okay, well, grab the luck stone and we'll just write down, and hopefully we'll remember that you do get that +1, and you can modify. I think you can just grab a spell +2 if you want, like a wand or something. Oh yeah, no, you're starting to probably at one point somebody is starting to hint you're dealing with someone who deals with something, people who make very powerful magical items, and this is where it happens and or the material begins.
Neat.
All that's coming up is a cursed luckstone, but I'll fiddle with it.
Oh,
I mean, there should
what does
be
it
one
do?
luck as well. I think it's a -1. Sorry. Get you off there.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Okay, if you'd like, we can settle that one later. We'll find the proper item. You can just write down on like a little side note. +1 to basically your checks, saving throws, and it's a +2 to any attack roll or if it's a DC.
Neat.
All right, and with that,
Very cool. I like this.
Last and hopefully not least,
Definitely.
what is it you specialize?
I personally prefer throwing items, specifically daggers. Though I'm not impartial to a rapier as well. Kind of gesturing to the one at his hip. Excuse me. Those two mostly, I'd say. I guess I'd also mention I recently have gained an ability to move things with my mind. So I guess that could also be included in there.
How recent?
What was that? Sorry?
How recent was this ability?
It's couple months. Maybe like a little under half a year.
As long as you're not too with. How well is your control?
Not super great, admittedly, but I've gotten better. He's just gonna kind of look over at like one of the artifacts that are laying on the ground or items that are laying on the ground. Maybe like a helmet or something. I don't know what there is out here. But he's just gonna use telekinesis on it. Gonna use the Mage Hand telekinesis feat.
Alright, and some of them will move, others seem to dissipate the bit of hand that you try to use on it. But for the most part, yeah, you're able to move stuff around. Make it dance if you want.
Yeah, probably not the most stable thing right now. But it's
So what is it you would like to do?
Specifically, I think I'm probably best. I guess this kind of pointing to the item he's floating right now. This is more of a new thing, and I'm still trying to find out how to incorporate it into my whole deal. I actually have this, and he kind of rolls up his sleeve and actually kind of shows the tattoo that he's got, the dagger through a rose. I think that's what it was. Yeah. Which actually he'll kind of hold up his hand, and a dagger will appear in it. Lets me summon these, so I don't necessarily need to run out, so they don't last long. So maybe something with my sword could be handy. Something that could keep me protected. I don't know what you have here.
Plenty, but you seem like you're still in contemplation. Let's nail down. Do you want something to help you better attack or something to keep you safer?
I think something to keep me safe would be good.
You might have something that suits you, but they will only, again, don't have enough time. You create these. She points to the daggers in your hands. Do you have any physical ones with you?
Yes, I do, actually. I'll kind of reach to his
How
belt
many?
and... how many did I write down? I guess with the... Because he has the daggers and he has the darts and then he has the summoned darts that he can throw. I assume he's going to pull out the 2 daggers that he has.
And these will do. Do you require them intact, or are they expendable?
I don't have any specific emotional connections to these ones, if that's what you're asking.
And you mind if this doesn't work? And she just grabs them and brings them over to the machine. No one else saw this, but Roya, you saw this last time, the machine she used. And she straps them on, essentially being held from tip to tip. And she goes back to the storage room, and she comes back with this. It's odd because these looks like shattered fiberglass, but they're colored purple and red in a swirling pattern.
Interesting.
And she seems to layer this bit of material over each of the edges. And you once again start to hear her chant, something underneath her breath. And let me roll to see how well this goes.
All right. Kind of leaning over to Roya. Is this what happened with I assume your bow? Seems a bit more glowy than when I last saw it.
Yeah, actually. She asked a couple more questions, but
Sure.
I'm sure you're fine.
Probably won't blow up, right? Well, I mean, I guess if it...
That
Right.
I'll take it later.
Huh?
What?
What do you say?
There's a... You wanted the scarf, right?
I mean, we can work that out in a bit. Let's not do that right here.
Yeah, we'll discuss that later.
Why? Do you want the scarf?
No,
I mean,
no,
you already said you wanted the scarf.
I changed my mind.
No, you wanted the scarf
scarf,
before. Now
you
you
know
don't
what?
want the scarf.
It's
You
such
learned
a
about what they
nice
did,
shade
didn't you?
of blue. I think it goes so well with your complexion.
He kind of squints at her. You learned what they did, didn't you?
They hold
You are
things.
free to bullshit as much as you want. Roll some deception and insights.
I mean, I feel like that's a fair assumption to notice that she changed her
Oh,
tune
no, 100%.
majorly.
She is very poorly trying to hide this.
She didn't even
Okay.
go like, I guess you can have the scarf if you want it. It's just, you can have the scarf now, yeah.
No, by all means, the scarf is yours now. It's fine.
You take the scarf. This isn't reverse psychology. You take the scarf.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's seen enough bullshit to know what it looks like. He's given enough bullshit as well. Let's discuss this after this is taken care of.
Yeah. No rush.
Mm-hmm.
Back to focusing on the daggers.
Yeah, no. You guys have been having this side conversation, so only really Virtue, depending on what you're paying attention to, Virtue might notice this.
I mean, I'd be listening maybe to them arguing, but, still looking around. I mean, I've got my thing.
I think
Just letting them do their thing.
Probably.
Still kinda
Okay, so no
watch.
one notices this.
I mean,
That's
I'm
fine,
still
no one
like
notices.
watching, but like not full attention. So probably need full
Yeah, no,
attention. Now.
she's doing something, but weren't able to pick up on them details.
Yeah, I do kind of want those back, but you know, we'll see.
I mean, they'll
Hopefully,
get them back. Hopefully.
I want them back intact in general. I mean, I guess I can get more, but maybe they got some cool daggers here. By the way, did you ever find out what it is we're looking for?
No.
Features.
But
I mean, out of game, I know that's a lie, but okay.
Again,
Okay,
read
then.
deception whenever you want to. If you ever feel like lying to his face, just let me know.
well, I mean, it's not really a lie. They don't know what took them.
He asked
We're
what
looking.
you're looking for, and you were specifically told what you were looking for. So you
Yeah,
can
but
bullshit
kinda
as much as you
twisted.
want. You're free to bullshit this as much as you want. But it will take a
That's
roll
another
now that he's.
one.
You can see through that shit like crystal.
You know, I'm trying to ask you, but I guess I'll just ask her since you went and had a chat with her one-on-one. I just figured it'd save some time.
To be fair, they also don't know what took their crystals.
Okay, so they're crystals that we're looking for.
Yes.
Okay,
Didn't
that
the gnome say that?
no.
I could have sworn he did.
Okay. Okay, well, crystals.
Crystals.
Well, she finished and she finally got up, and you can see there's visible sweat on her brow, some on her hands. Her hands are currently smoking.
Smoking.
Yeah. You're not
these things
sure why, but
on
she doesn't seem to be
fire.
bothered by it. No, fiberglass that she had on them is gone. They look pristine. They look almost good as new. They got this weird little tint to it, almost like if they were made from what's that one kind of steel called? Damascus. They now have that Damascus pattern on.
Is the Damascus pattern like in this like red and purple sort of color?
Yeah.
Ooh, hoo, hoo.
And she hands them to you, and I need you to quickly roll me a d4.
A D4. All right.
Yeah.
1.
Cool. Just gotta write something down. But yeah, no, you have these, and here's the coolest part. She asks you to step over by this dummy that has an arrow that passed straight through the straw head and a good, 5 inches into the stone behind it. And she just asks you to stand there.
Stand here, or do you want me to throw it? But I'm like right next to it. You're not gonna
No,
throw it at me, are you?
Next to the thing, pull out your weapons, and have those daggers and have them sheathed at your side if you were going to draw them next.
Okay. I will
This sounds
get
like
in position like she said.
setup.
Nervous, but okay. I'll kind of get in position.
Awesome. And then she goes and again reaches in and takes out that same crystal you saw last time. And she takes it off, and for some reason she pulls out this odd bow, and she just seems to almost fix this crystal on the nook right over where the bow is resting. She takes it and begins to draw.
Man. It's gonna hurt, isn't it?
And she fires, and what's your AC?
16.
Thanks. As soon as she does, and you keep yourself ready to, nimbly move or dodge, as it were, that's when these 2 daggers immediately explode out of their holsters. metaphorically, they're still intact and you're not hurt, but they do immediately come forth and parry away the arrow that was coming.
Ooh. Very nice. That works well, I think.
And with this, now you know that every while you have these out, these essentially act as these are dancing daggers, but in a pair like this, they will add an extra d4 to your AC.
Okay. So it's a D4 every time. It's dancing daggers. I don't recognize that one. Let me look that up, and we can check on that.
Now this is specifically a homebrew item.
A homebrew item. Okay. So when they're sheathed, is it only when they're sheathed, or is it
Only when they're sheathed? If you grab them to use them, they're just normal daggers. Technically,
Okay.
they're +1 right now.
Okay.
But you can also feel like they're a little. It does warn you these probably won't last very long, maybe a few days. But it's never.
Okay.
It's not a real science how long. But it should be long enough to finish up this quest.
Okay.
She does explain that there's a way to do this with more time, safer, and more permanent. But that does take a bit more time,
yeah.
resource, money. But it's very possible.
All right, that's good to know. So it's just basically flat, or it's a D4. It's a reaction, I assume, to use it?
No, this is actually this is free. These essentially, as soon as you either physically, you can give them a telepathic command to essentially be active, and as long as they are, you've got a floating, like that's a D4 to boost your AC that round.
Okay.
Problem with that is you have to roll it every round. So when you roll it until it hits your next turn, that's the number you're sticking with.
Okay.
It's not for each attack; it's once a round.
Do I have to use a bonus action or something to activate it, or is it just on my initiative?
That's essentially it's on your initiative and it's free to use. As soon as you go into battle, these daggers are acting on their own.
Okay, nice. And it's melee and ranged attacks, I assume, then?
Yep.
Nice. That's nice.
It's good to have a little backup, and it's also very showy.
Very showy, fits with the theme. Nice.
I know.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, no, interesting things to take away. That you seem to be able to whip up some very slapstick, and slap together some very, not gonna say broken, but very unique magical items for you guys. Then again, you've also seen the stuff that is made by both the islanders and the people here at the arena. So it's not like this is super uncommon. It's just you gotta find the people with the right resources and smart skills.
Very neat. All right. I guess one last thing before we get going. Just wanted to double check. What were the effects of the items that the 3 items he brought out? And he'll actually pull them out now.
Excellent. Okay. He's Scotch. And she just goes, still wearing her own. Showing you can hold many things. Should help you bring the crystals. They are very, very heavy. The phone should be able to give you the details of the rest. Each one, same thing, but it works differently. The cloak, let it spin around you and it should be able to take and give things that are given to you. Same with the overcoat. Deeper pockets, both in and out. Flames, be careful. If they are caught, it will not end well.
Interesting.
I told you, they hold things. I wasn't lying.
I don't think you actually said that.
I sure did say that they hold things. That's it.
I think you just said that you were fine with me taking the scarf. What? I thought, was one of them different? I thought one of them was different from the description before, but I guess I was misremembering. But it sounds like they're all just, unless I'm just zoning out at the wrong times or something, I don't know.
I think they're
It
just
sounds
different
like-
ways to hold the crystals.
Okay.
Yeah. Different
Alright,
ways, different little bit of fashion, but it's all essentially the same.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll take the scarf then. If you really don't want it then. Alright. And then, Virtue, you got an opinion? Roya?
Oh, I'm good.
You're just
Really?
good?
Yeah.
Don't want it at all?
No, I'm fine.
Is this because you don't want to have to carry more of the crystals?
Hold on, rolling a deception check. Yeah, that's exactly it.
He tosses the overcoat at you. Let's go.
Listen, if this thing explodes while I'm wearing it, I want you to know I won't haunt you.
I know you will.
She'll put on the overcoat and follow him out.
Roy, are you good, or did you have something else you wanted to ask the lady?
Is that directed at me or Virtue?
Oh, I was saying, I thought I said Virtue. I asked that to Virtue.
I don't think so. I mean,
Was that something else you wanted
other
to
than
ask the
questions
nice
about
lady?
these vermin we're looking for.
I don't think they know.
Okay, so
I guess one question would be, is there anything like
I
this
don't
that
think
happened?
so.
Is there anything like this that has happened in the past?
Yes, this has happened before, but it's been sometimes the same, well, never the same creature. It's been dealt with every time, but occasionally something, someone will figure out what we have and attempt they are dealt with. We need to know what it is this time and deal with it, as well as try to prevent it from happening.
What are a few of the things it's been in the past then?
Sometimes a stray creature roams through here, either grazing or hunting. Another smaller creature will stumble upon them. Some creatures can sense these things and tell
Oh, you could
Right.
probably check out the shed.
to others.
That's a good point.
They feed upon the specific energies. Like I said, I don't know everything about what these are. Only some of the things they can do, and I don't know how the other creatures of the island may be able to react, respond to them. Supposedly, one of these, something different, is the hot, massive, deeper ones.
What was that? Sorry, you were breaking up for me there.
There's a supposed legend that one of the monsters in the very deeper parts of the island has a crystal.
Interesting.
Oh,
And supposedly this monster is a friend to one of the villages in the deeper parts. Not entirely sure if it's a guardian or if it's just a creature, naturally occurring creature. That we don't know we've harvested the stones every time we've gotten them to grow. We've never left them and let them grow more than a year. I don't know if it takes more time for them to do other things, or if given enough time, something would grow around it. Possible?
Huh.
Huh.
Well, I guess we'll keep that in mind. I think it's time for us.
Mm-hmm.
Roy is not glad she told these guys to come get better prepared for this.
Yeah.
Right call, right call.
This could be bad.
I guess we should probably go and see what's up.
Roy will give another thank you to the wife. In Giant again.
I don't know
Yeah.
Start walking out the
about you
house.
guys, but is this a good
I think this is a good
stopping
place to stop.
point?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, before we go into
Yeah.
another adventure.
Heading back out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
Okay.
give you the scene if you'd like. There's an enormous puddle of blood
Ooh,
where you
yes.
left the gnome.
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh.
But then you
Oh, no.
slowly hear, because you can notice that there's a very large trail that goes from where he was, very visible groove marks, off toward the large barn house.
Okay, so he's probably just messing with one of the bloody corpses. I don't know. He does seem kind of freaky in multiple ways.
he really does.
Nah, he's fine. You see him
or he
coming
just
out
got
and just
nom-nom-nommed.
covered. No, you see him coming out a little bit later, but he's just drenched in a very dark purple liquid.
Uh-huh.
That would do it.
Mm.
And he does walk back over to you guys and just ask, "Why are you still here?"
We're leaving.
Because
So we've got a mystery to solve.
we are. Oh, we're going now.
Uh-huh.
Alright. And you see him pick up out of the ground just this giant cleaver that's about the size of about the size he is. Half of it is broken off, and there are visible traces of something on it. Just black ichor. And it just seems to be. It looks like he's cleaning something up, because you now notice where everything was dug up off to the side where that puddle of blood is. There is a bunch of disturbance. This does look like something tucked in underneath, and he just seems to be picking like random things up. Like there's a bunch of scattered farm equipment or farming tools.
Hmm.
Huh.
So you're thinking you either missed something very recently, or he's just not gotten around to cleaning this.
I'm gonna probably assume that it's the latter, but
Same.
we don't know for sure.
Well, away we go. Next
All right, you've
time.
got your heading southwest out of the field, and next time we will see where that goes.
Next
Yes,
time
we
on
will.
Greedfall. Oh, and before I forget, Dad said for me to tell you guys hello to all the. What did he say tonight? Not all of the, not all the cultists. Oh, say hello to all the Satanists for me. So.
We wave hello back.
Hello.
Hello, Heidi's father.
Say hello. We say hello and
Yep.
good night, and a pleasant rest to all.
Mhm.
Take care, guys.
Good sleep to all you guys too. Oh,
Same.
good night. Thank you for hosting.
Good night. No problem. Hope you all have fun.